We have some interesting news involving Avatar 3 Fire and Ash, the third installment of James Cameron's upcoming franchise for the Avatar movies. Avatar is apparently making a change that could drastically improve the franchise storytelling according to Game Ran, and this was one day ago, so I'll leave an article in the description about it and read it, what it says. James Cameron plans to shift focus on Neytiri in Avatar 3 Fire and Ash, exploring her grief and emotions. Neytiri's development is critical for the future of the Avatar franchise, offering more storytelling opportunities. And another thing it mentions Avatar 3, which we know will introduce a new Na'vi clan, a darker tone setting the stage for more serious and emotional storytelling. So I'll have an article in the link of the video. So far, Avatar's build around the character of Jake Sully, Sam Worthington, who also, bros don't know, is also the voice of Alex Mason in the original Black Ops games. Had to throw in some video game interesting points because this channel was originally a game and only channel. The original film focused on him exploring the world of Pandora and becoming a Na'vi. The sequel delved further into the theme, highlighting the family has created while also showing a new clan. However, Fire and Ash is set to take things in a slightly different direction. In the franchise's third installment, James Cameron introduced another clan, a Na'vi, and explore a slightly darker, more violent side of this vast world. However, the story itself will shift focus to shine on the spotlight on Jake's wife, Neytiri, and she's played by Zoe, and I can't pronounce the last name, which has the potential to benefit the entire Avatar franchise. So yeah, Avatar looks like it's changing if this is true until we see the first trailer. It's going to focus on Neytiri, Jake Sully's mate. And here's what it says. James Cameron has teased she'll play a permanent role, so this is interesting. So yeah, looks like Avatar is switching protagonists, and the more they switch, it does put a worrisome on for Sam Worthington's Jake Sully, like getting killed off or worse. Even though they are signed on for 4 and 5, we won't know all the details until all these movies come out. But the article continues. James Cameron, the director of the franchise and creator, has teased she will play a permanent role. The previous Avatar movies, following the story of Sully, have worked well given their incredible financial success. It's clear the audience connect with him and his character has developed brilliantly. However, teased in an interview, James Cameron with Empire, Fire and Ash is set to change things up. Zoe is inconsiderate in this film. I think I said the word right. It's not a bad word. I just have a hard time pronouncing it. With Emma Purcell, she's finally getting recognized as the top tier actor we always known she is. But in Fire Ash, that goes way beyond what you've seen before. This is according what James Cameron has said. This, and then the article continues. This exciting process is an exciting prospect because it means the audience are set to see a version of Neytiri that is different from anything they experienced before in Avatar: The Way of Water. She showed how serious she should be taken when threatening the cut spider, which, if you remember in Avatar 2, The Way of Water, when she was very mad after the tragic death of her oldest son, Nateum, she was ready to kill Spider. And like I said in my last video, I don't think she really likes humans, especially after what she saw in the first film, the 2009 original film, of the home tree being destroyed and seeing a lot of her people die. And then in Avatar 2, when in the opening, she was in tears seeing the forest is being burned when the RDA returned. Yeah, and now with the death of her son, like you can tell, like she's really doesn't like humans that much, especially in the first minutes of Avatar 2: The Way of Water when Spider would always hang around with her children. She even said in Navi language, he belongs with his own kind. So yeah. And the article, as I scroll down, which I don't want to read the entire thing, I'll have the article in the description. It says, following Neytiri's journey will open up more emotional storytelling. Yes, it will. I 100% agree. Like, how will she become as a character? Will she wet anger and think all humans are evil, consume her? Or will she realize that not all humans are bad, like the RDA? So, and it's set to tell the story of a mother's grief, this article says. Placing Neytiri in the central role makes sense in the Avatar Fire and Ash due to how the previous movie ends. The clash between the Matata clan and the humans result in the death of Jake and Neytiri's firstborn son, Nteam, and the aftermath will play out in the upcoming movie, allow Cameron to tell a story of mother's grief, which could be incredibly powerful if it's done right, which I agree. If this is done right, it could really set the stage, like, and make Avatar, like, each sequel game better and better. And Avatar 3 is apparently so emotional, according to James Cameron's life, that I've seen it already. Given Zoe's talent as an actress, there's no doubt the quality of performance will be high. There before, her as a focal point over Jake makes sense. While he will grieve alongside her, Avatar Fire and Ash can take Neytiri to totally different place, showcasing a range of emotions that haven't been accessed before in this franchise. The storyline hasn't allowed for it. After all, while there have been some upsetting moments, there hasn't been a tragedy on this level until now. That means the third Avatar film could end up being the most emotional to date, allowing it to feel unique and compared to the previous installments. And it also says in this article, developing material will benefit the franchise. While Neytiri has always been an essential part of the Avatar franchise, the decision to make her the lead character of this movie will be a wise move in the long run. And this is on Game Rant, which I'll take this news with a grain of salt, but if this is actually happening, oh my. There are already several more sequels planned under development right now, as Cameron has a long-term plan where he wants his franchise to go. That is why developing Neytiri to an even more critical part of the story is important. Cameron will need many interesting characters who are developed to be maximum extent possibility in order to tell his tale. The Avatar franchise can't rely on Jake Sully for every film. I guess that is very true. Like, you want to see these characters develop and not just be have to learn everything about from Jake Sully's point of view. So yeah, like you want to see Neytiri grow stronger, like, and you want to see Warlock, especially after the death of his older brother, step up big, since he's always getting into trouble and nearly gets his brother killed in the first opening of Avatar 2: The Way of Water. So, and also we'll probably see more development from Kiri and Tiri, Jake Sully's and Tiri's adopted daughter and their biological daughter. So yeah, that's what the article says, and it's probably not looking good for Jake Sully. And there's this theory of mine that this article says something about dark fate for Jake Sully. Like, could it mean death or worse? Or, like, death is terrible, losing a loved one. One of the worst things that could happen is, like, even he's in Navi form, he could become crippled again, but this time in Navi form and lose his ability to walk. Like it's very interesting. So yeah, this is interesting news for the Avatar movie. So yeah, this is my second video about Avatar 3. So what do you think after reading this article? I would love to hear your opinions.